Hey, what's up, Gateway? Here's our amazing guide to passing G1, the first grammar test in the Key Stage 3 Latin course. As you can see, here's a sample test. There's a section on parts of speech, a section on word order in Latin, and a final section on how to translate Latin sentences. We'll go through each one in turn, and I'll show you how to answer each one. Okay, section 1, parts of speech. Now you may have realised that you can't do very well in this test unless you've gone through the language booklet and done the work in it. So here on the left hand side is what you might have got to on that page of the language booklet, where it talks about definitions of parts of speech. And as you can see, it says there that a noun is a thing, a verb is a doing word, a preposition is a little word that comes before a noun and alters its meaning, and a prepositional phrase is a preposition with its noun, with some examples in Latin. So after we've learnt that, you should then be able to answer these questions in section 1. These questions are always the same. So 1A, B, C, D, never change. Any test you get, that's what it'll say. So let's see if I can write in some answers. So what is a noun? I reckon that's an object or thing. A verb, let's call it the old-fashioned doing word, that's good. Now this is longer to actually handwrite on my iPad. Let's abbreviate it to that. A little word before or in front of a noun, and a prepositional phrase is something like in willa, so it's a preposition plus its noun. Okay, you can word it a bit differently from that. It's not essential to say precisely what I've said there, but those answers would get you the marks. Section 2, word order. Now, if you know what these words mean and you know what parts of speech are, then you can work it out, because if that means mother, mother is an object or thing, so that's obviously a noun, and that means garden, again, a noun. Sedet means sits or is sitting, that's going to be a doing action, a doing word, so it's a verb. And in, a small word in front of a noun, which modifies its meaning in some way, so in would be a preposition. I guess the second thing to remember here is that in Latin the verb normally goes at the end of the sentence, so that's another clue about sedet. So let's write in some answers. So mater and auto are our nouns, sedet is a verb, and in is a preposition. In your test the words might be different here, so you can't just memorise the answers to this one, but the principles I think should be clear. Okay, the final section. Now, the whole point of this is to make you understand how to translate single word sentences like dormit. Okay, that's the point of this last section. And the key to answering it, if you're not sure, is to start at the bottom and work up. Okay, start with C and work up to B. So let's go through. If you know what canis and via and dormit means, and there's a clue on the left here, then you probably can say something like the dog is sleeping or sleeps, it's the same thing in Latin, in the road or street or way. Okay, that's the easy one. Now how about B? Well, we've missed out in via, so it's just the thing, the sentence without that. So the dog, I've got more space this time, so I might write is sleeping. Now the last one, the one the whole exercise is designed to help you with, dormit. Now you can't just say, can you, is sleeping, which you might want to do, because looking at that, the dog is sleeping, take out the dog, what have you got left? Is sleeping. Okay, so you might be unwary and write is sleeping, but it says you must write good English, and that is not an English sentence. So you have to supply something else to make it make sense. How about she? She is sleeping. You could write he, you could write it. As long as it's some single thing, pronoun for a thing, which can be doing the sleeping, then you've made it into a good sentence. So the dog sleeps in the road. The dog sleeps or is sleeping. Then we take out the dog, but we have to put something in to make it make sense. So he or she or it is sleeping. So there we have, if I go back to the beginning again, the whole thing, all the answers there, and on the left, the things that you need to know to get that bit right. Good luck when you take your test.